So, we are here for some conference softball tournament scores here in Singapore. We have Ryder in the top of the sixth, leading Quinnipiac 1-0. That was so far, it has been a very low-scoring defense game. Both teams have struggled to get base runners on at all via walks or hits. Like, the hits have been very limited. 3 for Ryder, 1 run, and 1 hit for Quinnipiac this whole game. Then we have Furman and Mercer in the top of the second. Furman had 2 hits. Mercer did not have no hits in the top of the second, the first. So, and then UTSA Tulsa both have a hit. Even that scoreless early in that one in the American Athletic first round. And the SoCon tournament is in their opening round, the first round. The Quinnipiac Riders in the opening round, the first round of their tournament. And then we have the SEC tournament for about 11 a.m. Eastern. Number 9 LSU, number 18 Mississippi State, Penn State, Iowa in the Mid-10s tournament first round. California and Georgia Tech in the AC tournament. South Carolina State, Delaware State in the MEAC tournament. Tennessee State in the Hawaii, in the Hawaii tournament. Two Tennessee teams battling. Mercy Drake in the Missouri Valley, Maxwell and Bryant in the East in the 11:30 Eastern. It's 11 a.m. Eastern. 10 Central at 11:30 Eastern. 10:30 Central. We have Sacred Heart and Cases in the second game of the Metro Athletic Conference tournament. It'll be 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game, which could actually start earlier. We have Texas Southern and Grambling and Sweat. So let's go to the Quinnipiac Ryder match in the bottom of the sixth. That is a good game. I mean, there's not a lot of hits, nothing. This is getting on the wire segment here. And you can see Ryder, they do it where the 8, 7, and the 6, and the 8 plays the 5. And then the 7-6 winner will play the 3 seed, and the 8-5 winner plays the 4 seed. And then the 3 seed winner will play the 2 seed, and the 4 seed winner will play the 1 seed. So, some of them do it like an NCAA tournament. Right, have, say like 8 teams, but then they have double elimination, like the NCAA tournament. Kind of that stuff, you know. And then sometimes, they'll have it, and they won't have it where every single team in the conference makes a tournament. They might only have 8 teams. And then kind of like a format like this, where awards the top seeds, or they'll have it to where like first day all 4 teams play single elimination. 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. And then the winners, and then the losers bracket games will play tomorrow. The elimination games. And they have the 2 winners bracket games. So they could do like that too. But yeah. And they do. A lot of the conferences do double elimination. However, there are some that do single eliminations. Like the Southland does it exactly like the NCAA tournament does. Essentially. And then, but the other team conferences, they do like the power conferences and like the Big East. And the power conferences, you have the Sun Belt, the American. They do single elimination. Some do, a lot do. Not a lot, but some do. And then you have all of these majors do like kind of like this format. So they kind of do their own formats, which I don't mind, But yeah, I'll take you there to the Metro Atlantic Athletic Conference, where the 7th seed Quinnipiac trying to keep it at right or at 1. Like I said, like he's showing they were saying it was going to be it could be a defensive slugfest, and they were the answers, and they are not wrong. It is a 1-0 ball game so far, and yeah, it's just been very limited hits, but Ryder has gotten enough though to like kind of give themselves a little bit of a threat, but.
Saying to Moran, let's have you mess up before I do, fouling those pitches away off.
You also get the sense Horan might not necessarily mind a walk if it means a chance to work around Rita Basil. The payoff pitch. That's sliced left side and out of play.
Again, a little bit more over the plate, but still trying to work towards that outside. And Rita Basil just doing a good job at extending the at-bat, wearing down Horan in this bottom of the 6th.
As you see, coming up next, the 8th seed, Sacred Heart, a newcomer to the MAC. First year in the conference, first year in the championship against number 5 Canisius. That one is skied high and deep to right, but it's curving foul.
And Rita Basil knew she got all of that one, but knew a bit too much. Turned on it way too quickly. Saw her pitch and a bit over anxious, but boy, she got all that one.
And I think you can understand why Horan's trying to work her away.
You can see it now.
Cut on and miss, strike 3. Horan climbed the ladder on that one. That's a great battle between one of the best pitchers in this conference and one of the best hitters. Advantage Horan for out number 2.
And what a battle back. Horan started that 2-0. Rita Basil testing her, extending that at bat as much as she can. Dangerous pitch. Saw Rita Basil tap 2-1 foul. And then Horan ultimately winning the battle.
So now it's Burrows. And did that clip her? Yes, it did.
Burrows was for surely confident on it. Right
it
away.
Look obvious to our standpoint. We're literally right behind the batter, but she barely dicked her.
She pointed at the ump right away, said, that's definitely good. There's no sort of review or anything even needed.
So this is a big spot in this game, right, Tommy? 1-0, but 2 runners on for the Bronx, trying for some insurance runs. Kirsten Buchanan, the hitter. Here's Horan's first offering. That's low and in. Buchanan was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning, and then in the 5th, she hit the line drive that Apatiga climbed the ladder on.
It was a robbery at shortstop.
1-0. That's a breaking pitch, and it's 1-1. Now, if Buchanan can keep this inning going, you then work to the part of the Ryder order that was responsible for the rally last inning. Shay Johnson was the one who started it with a 2-out hit. That's a ground ball and a diving stab by Vega. It hits her glove, but it is a fair ball, and it is a base hit for Buchanan. But credit Vega, if she didn't get her glove on that, Ryder probably adds to its lead.
Could have been more dangerous. A nice job at Vega just blocking and getting in the way to keep the runners on and have no one score. But at the same time, Shay Johnson led the madness in the last inning. Now it looks to come up in an even bigger spot with the bases loaded.
So as Tommy mentioned, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 6th. Shay Johnson is the hitter. Big swing. And she might have got a piece of it, but went right into the glove of Tamont for strike 1. Johnson 1 for 2. She struck out with runners on first and second to end the 2nd, but then a fly ball single just out of the reach of Hochstatter and left, and she got the Bronx first hit in this game last inning. As it turned out, the first of 3 straight Bronx to get a hit.
A nice job at laying off that second pitch there. Was a bit too hyper on the first pitch. A similar spot, took a cut at it.
Johnson has scored the only run in this game. Can she drive more? Well, that one's popped right side. McGalliard giving chase. She has a play on it, and she makes the catch for the 3rd out.
Big out.
So the Bronx leave them loaded in the bottom of the sixth. We go to the seventh with a 1-0 score in favor of Ryder.
In a world of rising prices, Nissan is lowering them on our two most popular SUVs. The always adventure-ready Pathfinder.
Wait, so that is 1-0 Ryder. One in the top of song. Ryder just needs 3 outs for the win. Open up yet. 3 vehicles, no runs. Okay, so we all have a commercial. Miss according to Matt track of that current scheme. Like I was saying, the Met track of that current scheme is a suspended game from yesterday, or is because the tournament yesterday was suspended the whole game. Yeah, it was suspended the whole game. The tournament was. No. It was just. Sorry about that. But we have a lot of games going on later here. And later this evening, I'm going to show you some from, hopefully from at least maybe a little bit of South Carolina. To be Howard and Meactor. Reading Madison trying to sum up being around. Evansville, Indiana State. Those are like Eastern. 8:30 Eastern, and it used to be you 9 Eastern. 6 Pacific is San Jose State, Fresno State. Big Western at 7 Eastern, or 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And then the WAC tournament opening round at 10 Eastern. Alright. Then later on, we have a suspended game in the Big Sky tournament. First opening round, Florida State and Northern Cal. And then in the America East game has been pushed back 35 minutes. 35-minute. They have called a weather delay at the America East tournament. So a 35-minute weather delay has been called at the America East tournament between USL and Bryant Lightning in the area. You can see where the America East tournament is here. It should say in unsuffer.com. Yeah, it's in Bigminton here. So you can always find out where it is. Decent like Brothers. Robin area, no. Burns in Vermont, no. Buffalo, New York, no. Pigment. Okay, so I got Pigment. So it's not nothing in like special weather statement territory yet in the Bigminton area. But we'll keep an eye on that for any further updates. Right now it's just a general lightning and thunderstorm. And we also have some games going on right now. 2 more on we have. We have Furman Mercer on top of the fourth, and UTSA Tulane also in the bottom, top of the third. 2-0 Furman leads. It's actually about Furman Mercer. I was going to go a 9-8 matchup in the American Athletic. Let's go to Furman Mercer.
And be grateful for the opportunity to be here and to play the sport that you love at a high level.
For the first game of the tournament, were you nervous?
Absolutely. And be grateful for the I don't know, you want to set the tone in a way that really lends itself to continuing to keep the ball rolling further on. And so you know in the back of your mind that this is like a brand new season and a brand new opportunity, and it doesn't matter what happened during the regular season. It's the time is now.
So put yourself in the dugout for both of these two teams. You're Furman, you've struggled coming into the tournament, but right now you're leading the game, and I think you could make an argument that says you've played the better game, both in the field and at the plate.
Yeah, definitely. And again, I would hope that if I'm in the dugout, this is giving me a ton of confidence that, you know what, like we've got a shot. We can do some things. And if you're Mercer, you have the experience of saying, you know what, we've probably been here before, and we can come back from this. Just kind of looking at where you are in the game and saying, hey, we've still got this many opportunities. And just kind of focusing on the next thing, because softball is all about adjustments, right? So pitch to pitch, inning to inning, what adjustments can you make to just put yourself in a better position or just get a little bit better? And so focusing on those things, especially when you're down, is super important.
Runner goes, the throw is there. Peeler swipes second, and now you have a runner in scoring position.
Looks like she got a little bit of a late jump and maybe got her hand in there. The umpire did hold his arm out as if maybe the shortstop was obstructing in some way. I know they've changed the rule a little bit about where you can be in front of the baseline and in the base.
The umps today are Don Maddox behind the plate, Henry Hill over at first, and that was John Chambers who made that call at second base. And you're right, he didn't say safe or out. He signaled that the base was given.
Yeah, I think because of the shortstop was both in the line and up the line, I think that's why that was given, because she did not have the ball yet. And I know that's a huge safety point, I believe, for kind of the rules committee for NCAA softball.
Let's look at that first steal again. Watch the defensive positioning.
Yeah, she is not giving the runner an opportunity to get to the bag.
Vina makes the catch, the runner tags, the throw home, and the ball is jarred out.
And Peeler did a great job of base running. She took third base on a bobbled ball by the catcher, and then, just great hustle. And you could see in that play that the catcher had to set up where she was because she could not block home plate and she could not obstruct. So she kind of had to set up on the other side of home plate.
That feels like a huge run. You get the 2-run lead on the 2-run smash by Burroughs last inning. 1-out walk, runner moves to second.
Wild pitch to third, sac fly, bang bang play at home, and you extend the lead.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said that. I was having a conversation with somebody about how 2 runs, the difference and the threshold between 2 runs and 3